You wake up one morning, grab your phone, and check the news. Last night, the lottery jackpot reached an unbelievable amount, over $1 billion. Out of millions of tickets sold across the country, somehow your ticket matches every single number. Just like that, you become one of the luckiest people alive. In January 2016, the American Lottery Hunterstore Powerball Sunstore made history when its jackpot surpassed $1 billion for the first time ever. 3 people ended up sharing the prize. But what made the story even more astonishing were the odds of winning. The chance of hitting that jackpot was about 1 in 300 million. Statistically speaking, you are actually more likely to die from a meteorite strike nearby than to win this lottery. But imagine for a moment that the impossible happens. You win. Your bank account suddenly contains millions of dollars. It feels like every financial problem in your life has just disappeared overnight. At first glance, life should become easier immediately. However, the reality is more complicated than most people think. Winning a massive lottery prize does not only bring money, it also brings new risks and difficult decisions. In fact, many financial experts say that the first thing a lottery winner should do is hire a lawyer. A lawyer can help protect the winner from fraud, harassment, lawsuits, and people who may try to take advantage of their sudden wealth. But legal protection is only one part of the challenge. The bigger risk is something much more personal. It is the risk of spending too much, too quickly. History has shown that many lottery winners lose their fortunes within just a few years. When money appears suddenly, without years of effort behind it, people often treat it differently. They may spend it more freely, underestimate how fast it can disappear, and assume the money will last forever. For example, one lottery winner in Pennsylvania received about $16.2 million. At first, he began buying luxury items, quite expensive electronics, new cars, and various luxury goods. But only 3 months after winning the prize, he had already accumulated more than $500,000 in debt. This example highlights a common psychological trap. When people suddenly receive a large amount of money, they often feel a temporary sense of unlimited wealth. Without careful planning, spending can quickly spiral out of control. But even before thinking about how to spend the money, every lottery winner must make one extremely important decision. This decision can shape their financial future for decades. When you win a lottery jackpot, you usually have 2 options for receiving the prize money. The first option is called an annuity. Instead of receiving the entire jackpot immediately, the lottery pays the winner gradually through annual payments over about 30 years. The second option is to take a lump sum payment. This means you receive all the money at once, right away. However, the total amount will be significantly smaller than the advertised jackpot, because taxes and financial adjustments are applied immediately. To understand how these choices affect your financial future, imagine that you are the only winner of a $3 million lottery jackpot. Gen D. If you choose the annuity option, you might receive about $50,000 during the first year. Each year afterward, the payments slowly increase until the total amount paid reaches $3 million over 30 years. At first, receiving $50,000 per year may not feel like winning the lottery, but this steady stream of income can be extremely useful in the short term. Many people today are carrying large amounts of debt, Credit card balances, car loans, student loans, and mortgages can add up quickly. In 2024, the average American household had roughly $100,000 in combined debt across these categories. A few early annuity payments could significantly reduce or even eliminate those debts. Paying off high-interest loans is often one of the most powerful financial moves a person can make. In addition to eliminating debt, those early payments could help build something many people lack: an emergency fund. Financial advisors usually recommend keeping enough savings to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This safety cushion protects people from unexpected problems, such as job loss, medical bills, or economic downturns. However, a survey conducted in 2024 found that only about 46% of adults in the United States had enough savings to cover 3 months of expenses. So while annuity payments might not feel as exciting as receiving millions instantly, they offer something incredibly valuable: financial stability. Instead of receiving a huge wave of money that could disappear quickly, you receive a steady flow of income that can support you for decades. But some people approach the situation differently. Their main goal is not stability, but growth. They want to maximize the total amount of wealth they can create over time. For those people, the lump sum payment may seem more attractive. Returning to our example, if you choose the lump sum option from a $3 million jackpot, you might receive around $850,000 after taxes and other deductions. At first glance, this appears to be a much worse deal. Why accept less money than the full jackpot? The answer lies in one powerful financial concept: compound interest. Compound interest works like a snowball rolling downhill. At the beginning, the snowball is small, but as it rolls, more snow sticks to it, causing it to grow larger and larger. In financial terms, compound interest means that your investment earns returns, and then those returns begin to earn returns as well. Over time, the growth can accelerate dramatically. One of the most famous examples of compound interest comes from Shakespeare. In 1790, Franklin left £1,000 in 2 investment funds with instructions that the money should be invested and allowed to grow over a long period of time. After roughly 200 years, those funds had grown to about $6.5 million. This example illustrates the extraordinary power of long-term compounding. Now imagine that instead of spending the $850,000 you received from the lump sum payment, you invest it in the stock market. One common way to do this is by investing in an index fund that tracks the Rackleresh score S&P 500's S&P 500, which represents 500 of the largest companies in the United States. Historically, the S&P 500 has produced an average annual return of roughly 10.5% over long periods of time. Although markets rise and fall in the short term, the long-term trend has generally been upward. If someone had taken a lump sum of about $850,000 30 years ago and invested it in the S&P 500, that investment could potentially grow to more than $19 million today. This demonstrates the remarkable impact of patience, time, and compound growth. But perhaps the most important lesson from this story has nothing to do with winning the lottery at all. Consider this scenario. Imagine someone spends $3 every day buying lottery tickets. That equals roughly $1,000 per year. Jen jest non-gennaimli hulias. Gennaimli in 1970s. Bun jest mas you health. Gennelli. Now imagine that instead of buying lottery tickets, that person invests the same $1,000 every year, starting at age 18. Over several decades, with consistent investing and compound growth, that person could easily retire with more than $1 million. Yada, in other words, while winning the lottery is extremely rare, building $1 million portfolio through consistent investing is far more achievable. Humans naturally love the idea of sudden success, the big jackpot, the lucky break, the overnight transformation. But real wealth often grows quietly over time, through discipline, patience, and smart decisions. So if you ever faced the lottery winner's decision, taking a lump sum or receiving annuity payments, the right answer would depend on your financial goals and personal preferences. Are you willing to wait decades for your wealth to grow through investments? Or would you feel more comfortable receiving a steady and predictable income over time? Understanding your values and financial priorities can help you make smarter decisions and avoid the trap of overspending. But regardless of which option someone chooses, the deeper lesson remains the same. Winning the lottery may be incredibly unlikely, yet creating your own $1 million future through consistent investing and compound growth is not nearly as rare as it seems. Sometimes the most powerful jackpot is not the one you win by luck, but the one you patiently build yourself over time. And now, here is a question for you. If you suddenly won a lottery jackpot tomorrow, would you choose the lump sum payment or the annuity over 30 years? Take a moment and think about your answer. And if you enjoy exploring ideas about money, decision-making, and human psychology, consider subscribing to Jex Fruxlex, the Thinking Mind Lab, Fruxlex, where we explore how understanding the mind can help us make smarter choices in life.